the 40-year-old virgin who found love in the quiet at 40. Martin Bellwether lived a life of gentle precision. He woke at 6:15 a.m., brewed Earl Grey with a timer, walked to his job at the public library, where he cataloged rare first editions with gloved hands. He owned 378 vinyl records, alphabetized by genre and release year. He'd never kissed anyone, not for lack of wanting, but because every time romance loomed, panic fluttered in his chest like a trapped bird. Martin wasn't ashamed. He just hadn't found the right moment, or person, or courage. His friends Dave, the divorced gym teacher, and Priya, the sarcastic barista, staged interventions disguised as poker nights. "Dude, Tinder exists," Dave would say, shoving his phone at Martin. "Swipe right on someone who likes cats and doesn't chew with their mouth open," Priya added. "Better yet, talk to actual humans, like that cute archivist who keeps accidentally shelving books next to you." Martin blushed. Clara, she smelled like lavender and old paper. She'd smile at him over dusty spines of 19th century botany texts. Once, she'd forgotten her umbrella and asked to share his. They walked 6 blocks in silence, shoulders brushing, rain drumming above them like applause. But Martin froze when she asked, "Want to grab coffee sometime?" He stammered, I have a strict caffeine cutoff after 2 p.m. She laughed. He didn't call. Then came the library's blind date with the book event. Patrons wrapped books in paper, wrote cryptic clues, and swapped them. Martin, tasked with organizing, wrapped Pride and Prejudice with a note, reserved, quiet, secretly hopes you'll laugh at his terrible jokes. Clara picked it. That night, she slid into the chair beside him at the closing staff meeting. "You wrapped this, didn't you?" she whispered. "I recognized your handwriting and the terrible joke part." Adorable, Martin's palms sweat. I didn't think you'd pick it. I always pick the quiet ones," she said. "They're usually the most interesting. They start as slow. Coffee before 2 p.m. Walks through the botanical gardens. Movie nights where Martin nervously explained cinematography while Clara laughed and stole his popcorn. He told her, haltingly, about his inexperience. She listened, eyes soft. "Firsts are sacred," she said. "I'm honored you'd want to share yours with me." Their first kiss happened under the library's stained glass skylight during a power outage. Rain pattered on the roof. Clara reached for his hand. "No rush," she murmured. Martin took a breath, deep, shaky, and leaned in. It was soft, brief, perfect. When the lights flickered back on, they were still holding hands. At 41, Martin proposed in the rare books room, kneeling beside a first edition of The Velveteen Rabbit. "It says, 'Real isn't how you're made,'" he whispered. "It's someone loving you for a long, long time." Clara cried, said yes. Their wedding was small. Vinyl records played. Dave cried into his tie. Priya gave a toast to Martin, proof that timing isn't everything. A heart is. Years later, their daughter Elara would find her dad's old journal. Page after page of fears, hopes, and lists titled "How to Be Brave." On the last page, in shaky script, "Met Clara, kissed her. Felt like coming home." Martin, now gray-haired and still precise, would smile as Elara read aloud. "Dad," she'd ask, "were you scared?" "Terrified," he'd say, pulling Clara close. But love doesn't demand experience. It demands showing up, even when you're shaking. And in their quiet, book-lined home, Wayne tapping the windows and Clara's head on his shoulder. Martin Bellwether, once the 40-year-old virgin, knew he'd shown up exactly when it mattered most.